Hey guys, this is Blab542. Quick talk. Sorry I wasn't able to upload a video like the entire last week. I thought my friends were going to upload something, but I guess not. So, I was at my sister's graduation for like 4 days because the graduation didn't last that long, so I wasn't able to make anything. But, yeah. And then when I came back, all my setup was like all changed because my grandparents cleaned up like the entire house, so my setup is all messed up and stuff, so I'm gonna have to like clean it up later. But for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it like this kind of style. I'm gonna try to switch it up a bit because whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the 8 triple rares because set 9 is approaching in like 3 weeks, so I gotta make videos like super fast or else I'm gonna be falling behind because I really want to talk about these triple rares because all 8 triple rares are really amazing. But I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my least favorite first to my most favorite card because I have a favorite card in these 8 triple rares and I like talking about cards in general, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about all of them. So, I'm going to talk about Ultra Beast Deity Illuminal Dragon. I call it Divine Beast or Super Divine Beast because Super, it sounds cooler than Ultra, even though Ultra is an Ultra Ball. But anyways, we're not talking about Pokemon here. We're talking about Vanguard. So, this card is a cross ride. And it's really good because it's a cross ride, and they release like what 5 cross rides in the set, so whatever. But I don't like this card because it's a Nova Grappler, biased, and Nova Grappler isn't my favorite. And whatever. I mean, Nova Grapplers, they have a different playstyle. I don't like that playstyle, but I still like Illuminal Dragon because he looked cool and his effect is pretty gnarly. So, let's quickly talk about this first. Limit Break 4, Counter Blast 3. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. And if you do, choose up to 2 of your rear guards with Beast Deity in this card name and stand them. So, people were talking to me and they're like, oh, this card's terrible. It's Counter Blast 3 for like a 2 stand. You can like Counter Blast 2 for Vermilion and just pop 2 units. And I'm like, well, Nova Grapplers have Hungry Dumpty, that critical trigger that can unflip damage, and Claydol mechanics, so they can activate this effect multiple times if they plan it out correctly, because they can unflip damage for free, unlike Vermilion where he has to hit with God or heal trigger. So this is already pretty good because you can just possibly activate this twice, maybe 3 times if you're lucky, which is why it's really good. Plus it's a free attack. I mean, whatever, you can just stand like your Golden Angler and your what's his name, the Blank Marsh or something, and then bam, 1900 to your opponent's face in the face because that's awesome and stuff. Next, when you have Beast Deity Azure Dragon in your soul, it gets plus 2000. Basic cross-ride ability, hits 13,000. Pretty good because it's one of the few units in the entire game that can hit over 20. I think it's a 21 if you boost it with Tough Boy, so good number is good. Really good number. That's why. And Lord, if you control another Nova Grappler, then you can't attack. Simple effect. A lot of these units that are now coming out have a similar effect. Whatever. So, why I think the card is good and why it's bad, and I should F11 this because whatever. Bam. I think the reason why I think this card is not as good as it should be is because it's an offensive cross ride, meaning that it focuses more on trying to bash your opponent in rather than trying to be defensive and stuff, which is all the other cross rides do, like the End and Phantom Blaster Overlord. So, because this card is so offensive, they have like no field or hand because there's nothing in their deck that can really give them pluses except for Magical Girl Kirara, which you wouldn't really run in the deck anyway because you want to run Golden Anglet, King of Sword, and maybe Hungry Dumpty. I don't know, but that's what I would probably run. And Hatred Chaos when it comes out in set 10. But a lot of people are just saying that the card's kind of bad because it's offensive, and I can understand because if you're a cross-side, you kind of want to just play defensively and kind of bash rear guards instead of trying to like try to destroy your opponent's vanguards. So, because decks that are trying to be offensive generally don't need to be a cross ride like Coco or Spectre Duke Dragon. So I can understand that, but because the deck can run stands, you can kind of bash rear guards slowly and then try to go for game with the limit break. But for the most part, it's kind of meh. That's why a lot of people are trying to want to run this card, use the Break Ride, the Ethics Buster that's going to get released in set 10, which is understandable, but for the most part right now, it's not as good as it can be, but it's still really good, but I don't like it because it's Nova Grapplers and the playstyle is kind of meh, but for those who are like Nova Grapplers, this card is fantastic, and you should totally run this. And this is my least favorite of the 8 triple rares, so it's pretty awesome. Yeah, so sorry about the late stuff and the late video and blah 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 and the everything. So I'm sorry about that, but I'm gonna try to upload more videos and I will get all 8 triple rares up before set 9 gets released. So see you guys in the next video and peace.